It is time for another van vlog. Day. I'm at a red light right now. So just so for y'all who have not seen these yet, what I do here is I get a random topic. I have not seen this topic yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the topic. It is some sort of a light-hearted topic, nothing serious or anything like that. And my thoughts, I can say whatever I want to. I'm going to make a fool out of myself. I'm going to stumble. I may not even know what I'm talking about. And you get to see me make all these mistakes, and you get to see me struggle through this topic. So let me bring the topic up right now while I'm at the red light. Okay, if you didn't need sleep, what would you do? Well, I'd probably do a lot more, that's for certain. I think if I didn't need sleep, and that's so hard to think about because my whole life I've functioned as if I needed sleep. And I don't know. I mean, I'd have so much more time on my hands, and I feel like if I didn't need sleep, I feel like there would be pressure to do more, to be a better person, to be more productive. I feel like in a way, and I'm going to go kind of off topic here, there's this blessing to being busy. I mean, and I'm not just talking about like, I'm busy, I'm watching TV, but like, say like you have a job, and you got to work from, say, like 9 to 5. Well, you may also have another endeavor like I do, making these videos, but it's easy for me to... Is that guy just going to run a red light? Anyways, it's easy for me to not put so much pressure on myself to make better video content all at one time. You got to imagine, if I could spend, say, 60 hours a week making videos, it'd be a lot easier for me to make better video content. But I can say to you and to myself, well, I've got to go to work, so I can't just spend all these time making videos. It's kind of like a built-in excuse, and it's a legitimate excuse. I don't think anybody would argue with that. And sleep is a legitimate excuse as well. You need to sleep. You need to get your 7-8 hours. Some people say 6, but most people, if you want to be productive, you're going to need to get 7 to 8 hours. Or if you want to be the most efficiently productive, you need to get 7 or 8 hours. All right? And for me, it's 8 hours. So if I didn't need that extra 8 hours of sleep, then what would I do? Well, probably, I feel like I would be able to do what I want to do, and like I have all these dreams and these ambitions, like right now, and I know even because of the coronavirus, but ever since I started making these videos, I kind of work out less. I feel like I could work out more. I feel like I could. That's one thing, and that's being selfish. And I know I'm the first things I think about are these selfish things, and that's unfortunate. I feel a little guilty for thinking like, what if I won the lottery? What's the first thing I would do? Buy myself something really nice. But the truth is, if I really sat down and I thought about it, and the more and more I start talking, I realize just how self-serving I'm being right now. And that's just me being honest. I think maybe that's because I think of all the things I want, and I think, well, part of it's I'm thinking about putting myself in a better position and making myself a better person. Not that I have more worth because I accomplish more, but just because I've put myself. I feel like if I'm in a better position, like say I'm more educated, and I can do more with myself and take better care of myself, then I'm not as much of a burden on society as I would be if I were less educated and less healthy. Hence, improving myself, improving my physical well-being and my mental well-being. But I could also potentially help others as well, and that should be. Like, I shouldn't be approaching it from that point of view. Like, if I didn't have to sleep, if I had more time on my hands, that's really what this comes down to. If I had more time on my hands, then I would need to, I feel like I could help out more. I could help people out. I could serve people more. I feel like in this whole, like, we're going through a lot right now in this country. And I feel like, I don't want to say there's one thing that's going to solve the problem or anything of that nature. I don't want to get too deep into it. But, and just so y'all know, it is June 12th, 2020. If you ever watch this in the future, and you can look back at news articles and you can kind of see what's going on. But I really feel like if we all just spent a couple of hours, or we could all just spend, and I know a couple of hours is a long time, but if you didn't need sleep, if you had an extra 7 or 8 hours, if you took a couple of those hours and you helped out your fellow person in some way or another, if you took the time, and I don't know what that means or what that entails, but if you took the time and you helped out somebody who needs help, and needs you have some sort of resource, whether that be time or food or money or education or whatnot, and you could take those resources and you could give it to somebody else just for a couple of hours a day, it would be mind-blowing how much we could do for this world, how much we could do to how much we could improve the quality of this world. And I'm not, and you still got 6 hours left to do what you want to do. And that would just be, to me, that's a beautiful thing. So I should have approached it from the mindset of, how can I help out others? And imagine if I did that for 4 hours a day. If we all did that for 4 hours a day, if we just helped other people out. I don't want to get into the weeds and the arguments of, well, if blah, 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 and if you just this, and if you voted for that person. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about in general. No politics, no belief system or anything like that. Just help out other people. I think that would be extremely awesome. Now, not to switch topics too much, but I think there would be a downside to not sleeping. And part of that downside would be you don't dream. I'm assuming you don't dream if you don't sleep. And I'm probably going to say this wrong, but I think some of the smartest people in all of history have noted the benefits of dreaming, such as like Albert Einstein, that there's an intelligence that comes from dreaming and from fantasizing, and I believe a lot of times. But if I didn't need it, so I don't know, would it still happen if I didn't need sleep? Because I think part of sleep is that ability to refresh in your brain and so on and so forth. But also the part of the sleep is the ability to fantasize into those dreams and to come up with ideas and topics. But for this purpose of this video, I guess I'll just say that I don't know when that would happen, or if it would happen, or if I could just sit down there. Maybe I don't sleep, but I can dedicate a couple of hours of that extra time to just daydreaming, and it would have the same effect. I don't know. That's just something that went through my mind, that went through my brain. But I just think and I'm trying to break this down to a But the truth is, I feel regardless if you needed sleep or not, and I say this to myself as well, the more I do, and I think you'll see this, and a lot of people who are highly productive, who do a lot, will tell you, and I'm not saying I'm highly productive and that I do a lot, but they will tell you that you tend to find time to do the things that you need to do. The more you do, you become more efficient with your time. About things that you don't need, you make the decisions, you decide how you spend your time more wisely, so to say. And I feel that for most people, if you want to go find time to help out others, and I'm not saying take 2 hours every day, like I said, if you didn't need sleep, but I think you could find the time to take, say, like, and you can average it out too, I mean, it doesn't have to be like you work 2 hours every day. Maybe it's you go and you work 8 hours on a Saturday or something like that. But of course, you probably don't want to sacrifice your Saturday. But what I'm getting at is that I feel like if you really looked for it, and everybody's situation is different. I'm not talking about, oh, you're a single mom and you're battling an illness or something like that. That's not what I'm saying. So I'm not pointing out everybody is going to have their own individual situation, but I think for most people, you could probably find an extra hour in your day to help out others in some way or another. And I feel like we always tell ourselves we don't have time to do things, and we say like, oh, if I just had more time or if I didn't need sleep, we would do so much more. But I think if you look back over your day, and I made another video about like scheduling your day out. I'm not saying you need to schedule your day out, but I think if you look back over the choices you make throughout the day, like, are you watching 6 hours of TV? Are you like on Reddit for like 3 hours a day, and on Twitter and on Instagram? And I got to learn how to use Twitter and Instagram. I'm not in Facebook, but like, it's like, I feel like a lot of what's going on right now is there's so many people who spend way more time, saying they have all the right ideas and everything, and they can fix all the problems. And if they just did what you wanted them to do, if you just did what they wanted you to do, then everything would be so much better. And they spend hours on these social media platforms, spouting this out, and maybe they have points and maybe they're right. I don't know. But what I can say is I feel like so much more would be done, and things would be so much more productive instead of just getting on Facebook and Twitter all day long and spending hours and hours on Facebook and arguing with each other all the time. And we just took the time to like use these things and help out other people. That's all I'm saying. It's not that hard. Just use these things. It's funny because I was driving through the park and I saw Wear Gloves, an Ocala organization that my understanding is toward helping out those less fortunate and those in need by giving them opportunity and giving them a purpose. Something, and I'll try to look more up and put a link in the description if I can. But if you just use these things, or maybe use this thing, tutor somebody, take the time, just take a little bit of time. If you got 2 hours to argue on Reddit or Facebook or Twitter and get in a dispute with everybody, you got 2 hours to help somebody out. And look, I will say this much before I leave and all that. I do understand that getting your voice out there is important. I do understand that you don't want to keep silent about certain things, especially things today that are very, very important. But at the same time, though, I feel it's like, spend less time talking and more time doing, and things would be so much better. Some people are going to hate. I'm not trying to sit there and say what you're saying isn't important, and I know people are going to hate me for what I'm saying, or they're not going to like what I'm saying, but you can do so much more. You don't need an extra 8 hours out of the day if you really look at your time, and you can do so much more than you know. Generally speaking, like I said, everybody has their own place, and everybody has their own situation. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that think of things that you can do if you had extra time, and leave a comment down below. Figure out something that if you had extra time to do, that you could do, and figure out where you can find that extra time, because I could guarantee you will. And if you want to, leave a comment down below. If you want to leave a comment for a video topic, please do. Please leave a comment for a video topic. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so serious there. I know I say these aren't supposed to be serious talks, and for the most part, they're not. The topic's not supposed to be serious, but I guess it led into that. But thanks for watching anyways, if you made it this far. If you didn't turn the video off because you thought I was being too serious. So y'all are just so amazing. Please like, comment, like I said, subscribe, hit that bell button so you know when the other videos come out. Not all my videos are like this. Some of them are a little bit more scripted, a little bit more put together than this. And please check them out. I just hope everyone has just the most fantastic and wonderful day.